All right, hi everyone. I thought we'd just do a quick look at some of the problems that were on today's assignment about inscribed angles. And there's just a little bit of new content too, which is that inside of a quadrilateral, inside of a circle, like we're seeing here, the opposite angles always add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we'll use that information to solve some of the problems a little bit later on. Okay, let's just go through here and do one or two of the problems. Let's do this one. Okay, this is a review problem. It doesn't use the new information. It's just about a inscribed angle. Okay, so what do we know about inscribed angles? Well, the fact is that the inscribed angle will have exactly half the number of degrees as the arc it stands on. Okay, so since this arc has 104 degrees in it, this one should be an angle of 52 degrees. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, great. Okay, let me just move on ahead to one of the newer problems. Okay, here's one that involves some new information. Okay, so in this quadrilateral that's inside of a circle, we're going to use some of the old information that we've learned, in addition to this new fact that the opposite angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so this angle says 125. Its opposite angle is this one right here. Okay, so to figure out what angle K is, I know that 125 degrees plus angle K is equal to 180. Okay, so subtracting 125 from both sides, I have that angle K is going to be equal to, let's see, what would that be, 55? Okay, 55 degrees. Okay, that's not the answer to the question mark part of the arc right here. In fact, we'll have to do a couple more steps in order to figure it out. Okay, but notice this. I have two arcs right here, and this is an inscribed angle standing on those arcs. So I know that 55 degrees is going to be half of 44 plus this blue arc question mark. Okay, so in other words, if I double 55, what is that, 110? 110 degrees has to be equal to 44 degrees plus the question mark that we're trying to find here. Let me call that x. Okay, so let's figure it out. If I subtract 44 from both sides, I get that x is equal to, 66 degrees? Yeah, that should be right, 66 degrees. Okay, so let's try putting that in. Great. Okay, I'm going to skip that one and let you do this one. Let's just try one more here. Okay, this one looks good. Yeah, let's do this one, number 16. Okay, so let's see, with this given information, I can figure out all of the rest of these angles inside of the quadrilateral. So I can figure out what this one is because those two red angles have to add to 180. So let's see, what's the difference? 78 degrees will make 180 when added to 102. Okay, and what about the other one? What about this pair of angles? So if they add up to 180, it's going to be, 82 degrees? That should be right. Okay, 82 degrees for that. Okay, so now let's figure out what information we have and what we're trying to find. Let's see, we're trying to find this. So let me color in this arc that's right next to it. And maybe I'll also color in this arc right here. So this will be kind of a two-step problem. Okay, before I find what the blue arc is equal to, maybe I can figure out what the green arc is equal to. Here, let's call this x. Okay, well, kind of like the last time, if we find an angle that's standing on this arc, or part of it, then we can figure out what x is equal to. Well, take a look at this inscribed angle all the way on this side, right here. Okay, you see the angle of 78 degrees? So that has to be twice the amount of x plus 76. Okay, let me write it out this way. 2 times 78 degrees is equal to x plus 76. Okay, so let's simplify this a little bit. Let's see, 78 times 2, what is it going to be, 156? Okay, 156 degrees is equal to x degrees plus 76. Okay, now it's 156 minus 76, 0, and 8. Okay, so 80, is that right? So 80 degrees. Okay, so I've just figured out what this one is. I figured out that this is 80 degrees. Okay, so I'll replace that there. Okay, but we still need to figure out what this blue arc here is equal to. Well, let's try to find another inscribed angle that stands on that blue arc, or part of it. Well, look at this one here. See this 82 degrees in this corner? It's the angle NML. Okay, so I know that the 82 degrees here is half of question mark plus 80. Let's call this y, just for now. Okay, so I can write this 2 times 82 degrees is equal to y plus 80. Okay, double of 82 is what, 164? It's equal to y plus 80. And if we subtract 80 from both sides, what are we left with? Y is equal to, it should be 84 degrees. Okay, and that's our answer for that one. It should be 84 degrees. Let's try that. $84 degrees. All right, great. Okay, yeah, so these take a little bit of time. I'd recommend for you to draw them out on just a bit of scratch paper and then to work through them by just filling in some, secondary information that you know. And that way you can kind of work your way towards the answer. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful. Thank you for watching, and please let me know if you have any other questions.